Right, so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are now. It's Magnus Nielsen, it's Lord Londonstone, and I'm carrying on from my little stroll down Jermyn Street, and I'm now in St James's Street. And to show you this, turn round, and you can see right at the end of the street here, this is Piccadilly. And here, over on the right-hand side, we have White's Club, number 37. Now this is actually the oldest of all the gentlemen's clubs. Started as a coffee house, not a coffee house, a chocolate house, a place where they used to drink hot chocolate. 1793, they moved here rather later, and this is actually perhaps of all the gentlemen's clubs the most prestigious and the most exclusive. What they do, they have the King Charles III is a member here, as was his father, the Duke of Edinburgh, and Prince William, the Prince of Wales, and a number of other distinguished people have also been members here in the past. So anyway, this is White's Club, and we'll make our way down the street. And as we do that, perhaps in the distance you can see St James's Palace. This street was created as an approach to the palace, and I'm just going to walk down it a little way. Well, I'll walk right down to the bottom, and then I'll walk up again. And doing that, we can see the street from both sides. Well, it's a lovely sunny day. As I say, it's the 21st of November 2025. This is Davidoff. And what do they sell? They sell high quality china, by the looks of things. All Christmassy stuff. We're all getting ready for Christmas. Cafe Murano. My Art Gallery. What have we got here? D.R. Harris. D.R. Harris. All very, very expensive and exclusive things for Christmas. Same sort of stuff that George Trumper was selling. Now here, over on the left-hand side, we have another club called Boodles. And Boodles was established in 1762, and we had all sorts of very distinguished people who were members of Boodles Club. William Pitt the Elder, William Pitt the Younger, Edward Gibbon the historian, and William Wilberforce, the man who worked for the abolition of slavery. He was a member here as well. So this was Boodles Club. Over the road, we actually get a very good view of Brooks Club. Now, Brooks Club itself was very much a place that was. When was that? That was 1764. Members usually meeting there to get involved in gambling. So you had people like Fox and Pitt. Reynolds, the artist, Joshua Reynolds, he was a member there. So there were quite some distinguished people. And one of the members was Ian Fleming, the man who wrote the James Bond novels. And they say that when he was writing them, he wanted to establish his character, leading character of his novels. And to get the name, he took the name of this street, which is St James's Street, and he coupled it with Bond Street, which is just further up here in Mayfair. You can't actually see it from here, and we'll go past it and perhaps do something on Bond Street. Anyway, the idea was James Bond came from St James's Street and Bond Street. Anyway, that is Brooks Club. Now, Smithson Plaza, just here up on the left. Ryder Street. So Christopher Wren lived in a house. In fact, he died in the house. I've done a lot of research. I can't find exactly its location, which is a shame. It's a bit annoying. Maybe I will find it one day, and when I do, I'll have to go and do a completely different video. But anyway, for the time being, Havana cigars are on sale here at James J. Fox, the cigar merchant. Now, over on the right-hand side we have the Carlton Club, and it's not actually the original premises. They were originally established in Pall Mall, but they moved here later. And the Carlton Club was originally for those members of the Whig Party, the members of the Tory Party, who were upset with the Reform Bill of 1832. And they tried to regroup and reorganise themselves, and they came back as the Conservative Party, and this became effectively the headquarters of the Conservative Party throughout the Victorian period. Right. So this is, thank you. Just make our way down here, St James's Street. Lord Byron lived actually at number 8, which would be sort of around about here, I suppose. Lord Byron, who was the poet who lived in the late 18th and the early 19th century, and he wrote Childe Harold's Pilgrimage. And once that became an acclaimed overnight success, this is where he woke up and found himself suddenly famous. Now here we have Lobs, and Lobs, as I think we've already discovered, are the shop which is established, London established 1849. They do shoes and boots of very high quality, I might add. Byron House. Oh, now this may be more likely the site of the house where Byron lived, and where he woke up one morning to find himself a great literary celebrity for having written Childe Harold's Pilgrimage. Down here on the left we have Locks, the Hatters. Quality hats. And we have here Saint-Jacques. Actually, that's just French for St James. Macallan. And now this little place here is worth a visit. You would miss it if somebody didn't point it out to you. It's Pickering Place. Pickering is a little village in Yorkshire. But the reason I brought you down here is because it was one, oh, where the hell's it gone? There was a plaque here to indicate the fact. Somewhere down here. Unless they've removed it, which they've done that, it's very, very tiresome. I wish they wouldn't. We'll go into the courtyard, and if it's not there, I'll talk about it. Pickering Place was the site of the Embassy of Texas, In 1845, Texas broke away from the American Union and set itself up as its own independent nation, and then gained diplomatic status with the Court of St. James. And this is where they had their embassy. Eventually they, the long story short, eventually they were reincorporated into the United States of America, but at one time this was the site of their embassy. And there used to be a tablet round here somewhere to mark the fact, but I can't see it. I know my eyesight is not as good as it used to be, but I don't think it's all that bad. Oh, Berry Brothers, Berry and Judd. Now that indicates a wine cellar. Right. Ah, here it is, I beg your pardon. Texas Legation. In this building was the legation for the ministers from the Republic of Texas to the Court of St. James, 1842 to 1845. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was there. This is Berry Brothers, and Berry Brothers specialise in wine merchants. So Berry Brothers down here. And then we have the Palace of St. James, which we've already seen, and I've covered it before. I say you have this area right in front of the palace, where they used to have the fair here on the 1st of May every year, when in the medieval times, and eventually became so raucous that they moved it out to the place we now call May Fair. Right, we'll cross the road here by the zebra crossing and see where we go from here. Having come all the way down, thank you very much, coming all the way down St. James's Street, what we'll do now is walk all the way up again. And the point is of doing this is you can get a better view perhaps of the place that I've been talking about across the road. Berry Brothers, for example, there it is over on the right. Pickering Place, again you can see down there, also on the right. And Locks. Here, what have we got here? We have got the Royal Yacht Squadron, the site of a thatched house tavern on June 1st, beg your pardon, 1815, was formed the Royal Yacht Squadron here over on the left hand side. Little St. James Street is over on the left, leading off St. James's Street. What we're doing now is heading northward towards Piccadilly. Lobs over there, again you can see over on the right, perhaps get a better view of it. Chutney Mary, sounds a bit like an Indian restaurant. Truefitton Hill, what do they deal in? They deal in, oh yes, shaving brushes, shaving soap, scents of one description and another, all nice goods for Christmas. Carlton Club down here. What have we here? William Evans. Right, now William Evans again, they do quality clothing for gentlemen by the looks of things. That looks to me very much like a bust of Churchill, which they wouldn't be putting up there if Churchill weren't a regular customer. Cross over the road. Stone Pissarro. Contemporary, Impressionist, modern and contemporary. Kemal Pissarro and his descendants. Pissarro, an artist. Now here we have goldsmiths, Hancock's goldsmiths, established 1849. Park Place, Justarinian Brooks. They seem to have shut down. Oh, that's sad. Park Place, the park in question being Green Park. If memory serves me well, this street, go right down to the end, you come to the Overseas Club. Carl Fabergé, fine jewellery, works of art, Vartsky. Oh, there you've got another view of Boodle's Club. And so, making our way forward, we're heading in the general direction of Piccadilly. So Piccadilly is directly ahead of us. I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to turn around to the left-hand side to make my way towards Green Park Underground Station. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bennett Street, named after Henry Bennett, who was the Earl of Arlington. And he used to own Arlington House, which stood on the site of Buckingham Palace once upon a time, way back before Buckingham Palace or Buckingham House. This would be in the 1600s. This pub here is called the Blue Posts, and it was a sort of bus stop, as you might call it, or a bus station. It's where, if you wanted to catch a sedan chair, and you can see very simply by looking at it, you can see there are one man in front, one man behind, both of them carrying large wooden rails, and between them there is a box in which somebody would sit in order to be carried through the streets of London. And this is where you would catch your sedan chair. That's why they call the place the Blue Posts. I won't go in there just for a moment. So turn around here to the right. We're actually now at the rear of the Ritz Hotel. And what I'm doing now is making my way up to Just making my way up to Piccadilly. So this is one of the entrances to the Ritz Hotel. It's just a little bit further up here, over on the left. Oh, hang on. Here we have another blue plaque telling us that Sir Robert Walpole, so 1676 to 1745, Prime Minister, and his son Horace Walpole, 1717 to 1779, connoisseur and man of letters, lived here. Right, that's number 5. Right, just off Piccadilly. So there we have it, ladies and right, let me just turn around. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're in Arlington Street, just off Piccadilly, next to the Ritz Hotel. And what I propose to do now, having just crossed over the road, actually I'll cross back again. So that's the entrance to the Ritz, or the side entrance to the Ritz, I should say. And this is me, Magnus Nielsen, Lord Londonstone, signing off for the time being at least, and just asking you, if you've enjoyed this, to like and share and subscribe and leave comments below, so that I know that what I'm doing is of some value. I hope it is, and I'll come back as soon as I can to carry on with these explorations of London. So for the time being, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just say over and out.